This episode of Cartoon Fight Club is sponsored by Jacked. Jacked is a free membership rewards program. That's right, you can earn awesome rewards simply by doing the things you already love doing. After you download the free application, you can earn points by downloading and playing any of the 400 plus supported games, or watch videos and complete activities in the Earn section of the Jacked website or mobile app. Games like Minecraft, Roblox, Overwatch, Battlefield, and much more. Games that you probably already play right now without getting rewarded for it. So why not start earning some cool and awesome things for the games you love playing? Head on over to jack.com by clicking the link below and let them know that Animation Rewind sent you. That's jack.com. So what are you waiting for? Click that link now. What's up, everyone? Welcome to the 85th episode of Cartoon Fight Club. I'm your host, Animation Rewind, and if you're new to this series, then be sure to check out the older content. But if you know how the game is played, then let's get ready for the fight. For tonight's battle, we have a collab animation between King Ike 75 and myself. Together, we both worked on this animation, so if you enjoyed it, be sure to head on over to his channel and subscribe. Speaking of tonight's battle, we have a fight between Pikachu and Stitch. Not just any Pikachu, this is going to be Ash's Pikachu from the Pokemon anime. And this is going to be a one-on-one, so Pikachu will not receive any assistance from Ash. With all this being said, let's introduce Cartoon Fight Club's 85th Round of Fighters. Experiment 626, better known as Stitch, is an illegal genetic experiment created by Dr. Jumba Jukiba. Jumba states that Stitch is bulletproof, fireproof, and can think faster than a supercomputer. He can see in the dark and move objects 3,000 times his size. His only instinct is to destroy everything he touches. However, thanks to Stitch's relationship with Lilo, that description isn't completely true, as Stitch does carry and fight for humble values. Stitch is most known for his extreme strength. He was created to lift over 3,000 times his own weight, making his max lifting strength nearly 150,000 pounds or 75 tons. On many occasions, he can lift and throw cars, trucks, houses, and even large boulders. The reason why Stitch can lift so much, as Jumba explains, is that his muscles contain excessive compressed amounts of myofibril. The muscular arrangement makes Stitch's muscles contract 1,000 times faster than a human's muscle can, and makes them much more powerful. Not only are Stitch's muscle fibers dense, but also his other body tissues, making him extremely durable. He casually survived an atmosphere-high space crash, 1,000 feet plunge, and survived an exploding gasoline truck in the middle of a lava pit. Because he is both bulletproof and fireproof, only few elements can do damage to him. Stitch can also think faster than a supercomputer, which actually is not that great. It sounds cool, but the best supercomputers with over 33 petaflops of processing power is still 30 times slower than a human brain. But this doesn't limit Stitch from doing advanced things like commanding space fleets, flying spaceships, speaking multiple languages, and using an array of plasma blasters. Speaking of plasma blasters, Stitch is armed to the teeth with plasma cannons, pistols, rifles, and launchers. His strongest plasma shots can take out fairly large spacecraft. He's also fast enough to dodge plasma attacks, which makes him twice the speed of sound. Like almost any character, Stitch does have some downsides. For starters, he has extremely sensitive hearing and light-sensitive eyes. Plus, he can't swim for the life of him. If he's caught in a huge body of water, he would drown to death. Also, he could be taken out with powerful waves of electricity. He is shockproof to an extent, but with enough electric charging, he can be taken down from electricity alone. Overall, Stitch is bulletproof and fireproof. He can think faster than a supercomputer, but is susceptible to large bodies of water and extreme electrical charges. From one cute killer to another, let's discuss Pikachu. As said earlier, we are going to use and discuss Ash's Pikachu and not just some random in-game Pikachu. Pikachu was Ash's starter Pokemon. Usually starter Pokemon are either fire, water, or grass type, but Ash showed up late to pick up his first Pokemon, so he got stuck with Pikachu. Unsurprisingly, Pikachu didn't like Ash at first, but after they got to know each other, they quickly became best friends. As many of you know, Pikachu is an electric type Pokemon, so clearly his abilities revolve around the use of electricity. His signature move is known as the Thunderbolt, which can deal great damage to his opponents. This attack also has a 10% chance of temporarily paralyzing his target. His strongest amplification can cover a whole stadium and beyond out to the city block. Pikachu is also highly skilled with the Iron Tail move. This is where he hardens his tail and then proceeds to use it as a sharp slashing melee attack. This attack is strong enough to knock out Pokemon 10 times his size and is a great way to block projectiles. Pikachu also has two blitzing techniques known as the Quick Attack and the Volt Tackle. His fastest blitz was fast enough to dodge a Thunder Wave, which sets Pikachu's blitz at 33 times the speed of sound. His speed blitzes are in short bursts, but they are very effective for close combat. Not only are these techniques fast, but they're strong. The Volt Tackle is strong enough to ram through solid rock. Unlike basic game Pikachus, Ash's Pikachu has an exclusive move known as Thunder Armor. This is when Pikachu uses thunder on himself to amplify his physical features. This technique is used to increase both speed and attack. It's basically a Pokemon version of the Kaioken. Without the armor, Pikachu is still extremely durable, being able to survive a direct helicopter explosion, but with the armor, he's all around in better physical shape. One downside to Pikachu for this fight is that he will be all alone. Without Ash commanding him, he is going to have some trouble with decision making. Don't get me wrong, Pikachu can hold well on his own, but not as well if he had Ash helping him strategize. Overall, Pikachu is an extremely fast and deadly electric Pokemon. He has a wide range of electric-based attacks, but without Ash, he may have some strategic issues during this fight. And now, let's get ready for the fight. This battle will be between Ash's Pikachu and Stitch with no prep time. Let the battle begin.
Aloha, Gerbil Boy.
Fight!
crushing death wasn't too sad for you, and I hope you enjoyed this animation because it was a collab animation between King Ike 75 and myself. We both worked on it, and if you enjoyed his part, be sure to subscribe to his channel. Now let's discuss the fact that I just murdered my own childhood like that. But sadly, I had no other choice, and let me explain why Ash's Pikachu would be able to beat Stitch in a fight. For starters, Stitch is far stronger than Pikachu. As Jumba states, he is fireproof, bulletproof, and can think faster than a supercomputer. He can see in the dark, lift objects 3,000 times his size, but unlucky for Stitch, Jumba never said anything about being completely 100% electric proof.
He is bulletproof, fireproof, and can think faster than supercomputer. He can see in the dark and move objects 3,000 times his size. His only instinct to destroy everything he touches.
Now Stitch has faced electric type foes like his cousin Sparky, but don't forget that Sparky is actually one of Stitch's toughest cousins. When Sparky was wearing a Hamsterville amplifier, he was actually electrically amplified enough to literally one-shot Stitch. This blast was strong enough to knock out Stitch stone cold. And yes, this was only possible with the Hamsterville head upgrade, but even with that upgrade, I could safely bet that Pikachu is easily still more electrically amplified than Sparky could ever be, upgrade or not. Sparky has never filled whole stadiums worth of electricity like Pikachu has, so if Sparky is strong enough to knock out Stitch to the point of blacking him out, I can't even imagine how electrocuted Stitch would be after he takes direct thunderbolts from Pikachu. From a physical standpoint, Stitch may be more durable, but from an elemental standpoint, Stitch isn't directly built to handle everything Pikachu can throw at him. Don't get me wrong, this is not some curb stomp. Pikachu has to work for this victory, and Stitch has a lot of ways to punish Pikachu, but thanks to Pikachu's speed, he is fast enough to avoid a lot of these punishing attacks. Some may argue that Stitch was strong enough to survive a black hole, but the problem with this black hole feat is that it was more of an artificial vortex than a natural black hole. And to prove that this feat isn't anything too crazy, Lilo was in the vortex as well. So if Lilo, a little girl, can survive this thing, then of course this artificial black hole isn't as strong as some may think of it. Speaking of Lilo, if you want to see a 2-on-2 rematch between Ash and Pikachu and Lilo and Stitch with prep time, you know what to do. Comment down below the word rematch, and if this episode gets 4,000 rematch comments, there will be a rematch. Also, don't forget to comment down your ideas for future episodes of Cartoon Fight Club. They may even become a future episode. And stay tuned, because the next fighters are going to be revealed on the next episode of Cartoon Fight Club.